Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here. It's time to expose Mr. Tardis, aka Trilby. Now, I've wanted to take a chunk out of this guy for a while. Let me tell you why. He's one of those guys who's an MCU fan who loves every opportunity to put down the DCEU. And now he's going at us Doctor Who fans who don't like season 11. These are some of the things this guy has said. The 13th Doctor is more of a doctor because she says sorry, because she's kinder, because she's not arrogant. That's not what the Doctor is. You're talking about some perfect humanoid that never makes mistakes. That, Trilby, aka Mr. Tardis, isn't the Doctor. He goes on. He talks about the 12th Doctor, Peter Capaldi, right? That when he was first the Doctor, his Doctor was talking about, am I a good man? And he was dark, just like Superman was in Batman v Superman. How dare you? How dare you even try and compare DC with Doctor Who? But then that's not enough for this guy. Then he compares the 13th Doctor to Captain America. But that's the point. That is not the Doctor. The Doctor isn't Captain America. The Doctor is Sherlock Holmes. He's Dr. Gregory House. He's imperfect, or should be imperfect. The Doctor's always been flawed. He hasn't been the perfect hero. He's not Space God. That's not what the Doctor should be, whether it's a man, woman, or a beast. Then Mr. Tardis talks about us dividing the fandom because we don't like season 11. We're dividing the fandom. I'd say this, Mr. Tardis. You call yourself Mr. Tardis because I think you think you are the emperor of Doctor Who fandom. You are not. You know why you're doing these videos calling us out? Because you're afraid. You and the BBC are afraid. Are you connected to the BBC? I know you've boasted before in videos that you're connected to the BBC, so I don't know. But what I do know is you're afraid because we are causing some damage by speaking the truth. Now, he talks about the LGBT community. He talks about homosexuals. He talks about females. He talks about sexism in the world today. That has nothing to do with Doctor Who. We could have had an awesome female Doctor, a flawed Doctor, but oh no, Chris Chibnall and the BBC and people like you didn't want that. You wanted to virtue signal. We saw her the other day in Children in Need with a young girl saying that young girl could be the next Doctor, virtual signalling. This is not what this show is. And I did it in my previous video and I'll say it again. She was speaking about the right person getting a job, whether it's a man or a woman. That's cool, but you were not the right woman, Jodie, for this job. And even if you were the right person, the writing for you has been absolutely terrible. You never raise your voice. Your Doctor never gets angry. Who wants to watch that? Me? No. You? If you were honest, Mr. Tardis. But the question I will put to you, are you truly a Doctor Who fan? Because I don't think that you are. I don't think you are because you're saying things that Doctor Who fans would never say. Now, you might have lots of knowledge about Doctor Who, but you've made a career about talking about Doctor Who. But are you truly a fan? Do you truly love and care about this IP? I'm starting to have my doubts because what you're saying, you're talking down every single version of the Doctor. You call her, you say she's brilliant because she warned her companions about the dangers. She apologises every 5 minutes. That's not the Doctor. The Doctor is selfish. He or she is lonely. She or he does drag people with her or him because they're lonely. They're a lonely character. And they don't think about the consequences of their companions. They just go, are you going to come with me? Look what I've got. I've got this flashy time machine, this flashy spaceship, and I can show you the world. Look at what Eccleston's Doctor does to Rose. Come with me. She says, no. Did you know it travels in time as well? Boom, he's hooked her. That's the Doctor. He or she or whatever is a selfish character. That's brilliant. You want to watch flawed characters. And for your information, Capaldi's Doctor, when he was being selfish and a little bit dark, was quite interesting. And it was only once Moffat and the BBC dumbed that character down that the ratings fell. And this is why this Doctor's ratings have fallen from 8 million to under 6 million. That's a big drop. Now, you think ratings are very important. But me and you know, Mr. TARDIS, that ratings are not important, because if they were, Doctor Who would have been cancelled in the middle of the Moffat era. But that didn't happen, because Doctor Who's always made money through its IP, through its Blu-ray and DVDs and its merchandise. That's how Doctor Who makes its real money. That's why it's still going, and through its broadcasting rights. The BBC are not a commercial outlet. Ratings are not very important. Of course they want people watching the show. You're not even factual when you talk about ratings, because you add everything in. You don't just focus on overnights, and overnights are the only thing that truly matter. You can talk about it being a different age, people watching things afterwards. Bodyguard was watched by 17 million people. A male lead, something that people like you say that the audience don't want anymore. A male lead who was a fantastic character, who was flawed, who had issues, who had mental health problems, which is a very important issue. Male mental health is very important right now, but people like you don't think so, do you? This is the problem. People like you believe that creativity and storytelling and character development should come last, and political commentary should come first. People like you are killing this industry, an industry that I am in, and we're trying to fight back. Every single person talking against this series and talking against this showrunner and talking against this Doctor are spot on. I saw Jodie Whittaker reading out mean tweets where someone was talking about people being sexist because they didn't agree with her being the Doctor. At the end of the day, I never wanted a female Doctor. Surprise, surprise. But it was never a deal breaker. I even was going around telling everyone that would listen that Jodie's a good actor and Chris Chibnall's a clever writer, and they might give us something really deep and something special. But they've given us something really generic and really dull. And you, Mr. TARDIS, think that's okay. Well, it's not okay, Mr. TARDIS. You are not my boss. You are not the boss of Doctor Who fans. There's good fans out there fighting for the soul of this show. And you're out there calling us out for being sexist, misogynist, trying to split up the fandom. Well, no, that's you. That's you, mate. You're the one trying to divide and conquer. We are the ones fighting for this character because we care about this character. Because we remember the first Doctor and the second Doctor and the third Doctor, and then the beautiful revival that Russell T Davies gave us. And then he walked away for his own reasons, which was free to do so. And it's been a total shit show ever since. And people like you defend and defend and defend and defend. But at the end of the day, if you want to back this guy, if you want to follow this guy, it's up to you. But I'm telling you, he's not a real true blue Doctor Who fan. Not because he supports a female companion, because he supports mediocrity. Now, I'm quite sure Mr. TARDIS is making a lot of money off his YouTube. I don't know if he's got a Patreon account. Good luck to him if he has. He's doing very well. He's a successful YouTuber. I've got 201 subscribers, and I value them all, because I haven't got fake subs. I haven't advertised or sunk any money in. All I'm trying to do is use my personality. I'm a really well-off guy. I don't need to make money from my YouTube. I do it out of passion because I love TV and I love movies and I work in the industry. Not a big deal. I'm here in Cyprus developing the first English-speaking dramas here. That's it. That's all I do. I'm not famous. I'm not a big deal. I love storytelling and I love creativity. And people like you, Mr. TARDIS, are destroying our industry. But let me go back and repeat what I said earlier on. The reason you are doing these videos is because you're scared. Because we're hitting the nail on the head. People don't need telling what's going on with Doctor Who. Children are walking away when their parents are asking them to sit down with them and watch Doctor Who because they're bored. They weren't bored when they were watching the Slovene, were they? They weren't bored when they watched Dalek, were they? People need to be entertained. And isn't it funny that representation was there under Russell T Davies? You know, so many fantastic female characters. So many. We had Mickey Smith, fantastic character. Noel Clarke, one of the most successful creatives now, who's been in Doctor Who. Russell T Davies represented. He gave us Captain Jack Harkness, for crying out loud, played by a gay actor, a character who would sleep with any gender, any race, at any time. He kissed the Doctor on the lips. Was I disgusted by that? No. I was shedding tears because it was done in the right way. And he wasn't on Twitter the next day. Hey, everyone, guess what I did? It wasn't in our faces. It was on our TV screens. It was beautiful and it worked. But people like you believe politics should be involved with everything. And the sad thing is, you don't care about women. You don't care about the gay community. You are virtue signalling because it's the thing to do. People like you think you're the good guys and you think we're the villains. We're not the villains. I've got umpteen female friends and somehow they like me. Somehow. And isn't it amazing, Mr. Tardis? When are you going to mention all the girls and women who have got YouTube accounts who hate this Doctor and are not happy with this Doctor and are not happy with the direction it's going? Now, when I first discovered you, I thought you were a good guy and I liked your videos and I subscribed to you and I subscribed to your Facebook page because I thought you were a good guy. But you are not a good guy, Mr. Tardis. You are part of the problem. You really are. And I think it's time for you to take a step back and think about what you're doing. You're trying to manipulate fans. You're trying to scare us into speaking freely. And in fact, Mr. Tardis, I would say you're a fascist. One thing you said before is if you don't like season 11, get out of this fandom. Never, never, never. I'll never get out of this fandom. I'm not happy. But I'm watching Doctor Who out of brand loyalty because I love Doctor Who. Doctor Who matters to me. And unlike you, he's not just a TV show for me. He's not just a character. It's important. And just like Superman matters, by the way, because he's not too powerful and too boring. He's a fantastic character. He's better than Captain America. He's better than your MCU put together. But you keep on putting down the DCU. You keep on doing it, pal. I don't care. I love the MCU, but I'm a DC man. I love Superman. Batman v Superman was awesome. Say what you want. I don't care. I don't care. But the thing is, when you come onto YouTube and you start putting down fans who bleed Doctor Who and sleep Doctor Who and buy the merch and have supported this show more than these new fans who have just come along because a female doctor's there and they're jumping on the bandwagon, we've supported this show. In that cupboard there, I've got every new Who episode. I've supported this show financially. But the BBC and you don't care about that because how dare we? We said we didn't want a female doctor. We said there were better women to cast than Jodie Whittaker. We criticised season 11. We have that right in a democracy. We will not leave this fandom. We will never stop talking. We will never stop talking the truth. You keep on coming back with your videos and we will keep on coming back with our videos. This has been Big Mouth. I'm Mick Meanus. Share the video. Subscribe. If you agree with what I said, if you believe that Mr. Tardis is a fraud and he's putting down good Doctor Who fans, please share the video. Please like it. Because someone coming on here saying that if you don't like it, get out, isn't a fair-minded good guy. He's part of the bad team. We're the good guys. And the women, the good girls who come out and speak. And if you like season 11, I still love you. You're amazing. We're all part of this fandom. Yes, the fandom is split right now. And so it should be. If you don't like something or you like something, speak up. That's fine. But what you do not do is tell me and other people that we cannot speak up. It is so important that we respect each other's opinions. And what he's doing is, well, as far as I'm concerned, he's a fascist. Mr. Tardis, that's what I think of you. I think what you're doing is wrong and putting down other Doctor Who fans is not cool. And yes, I'm talking negatively about you. I'm sure you're a very lovely young man. I'm sure that's true. But unfortunately, you do think you are the emperor of Doctor Who fandom. You're not, I'm not. We all have a right. We all have a voice in this community. Respect everyone or you respect no one.